Hello, boys and girls, and those who bounce in between. Comrade Danky here with another look into the brilliant minds of the Tennessee House. Today's episode, we continue the saga of Glenn Casada and his sad little crony, the cocaine addicted, the racism spewing Cade Cothren. In our last episode, we talked about how our brave hero, Glenn Casada, dodged the evil cup thrown at him by the scary students of color named Justin Jones. This was a brave and uh, this was a brave response to a cowardly attack by the student activist, and I, for one, think that Glenn Casada acted with great courage in his uh, indictment of this student. And I think that, Cade Cothren definitely earned his line of cocaine for that night. Uh, but let's continue where we left off. Where we left off last time, you're seeing some of this fake news being tossed around about my man Cade Cothren. Of course, this is fake news. Um, you know, uh, Speaker Casada said yesterday he had known Cothren for 10 years. He says, I had never seen in those 10 years any sort of racist or bigoted accent out of him, Casada said. Says the guy that, you know, threatened to put a black student in jail for what? For trying to ask him a question, throwing a foam cup at him? Yeah. I stand by my chief of staff on his character because I know his character. Oh, that's good. That's good that you know his character. But Democrats say that's not good enough. Yeah, you bet your sweet ass is not good enough, Glenn Casada. We need a little bit of explanation, dude. Uh, let's see. During a phone call this afternoon, Casada told News Channel 5 Investigates that he asked Cochran about the text and he denied those messages were his. Those aren't mine. Oh, those aren't my messages, sir. Somebody is fake news. I'm gonna do another line, but it's all fake news. Casada said it's easy to fake text, and he believes someone made up the racist messages to frame Cothren. Casada also says he doesn't remember receiving a text with the black people meme. Okay, so now that the gauntlet has been thrown down, as it were, now that Casada and Cothren have both come out denying this, let's see what it actually says. I want to see.
To a West Tennessee district with this black people meme. In a text with other friends, Cothren Casada, in which Cothren appears to refer to a West Tennessee district with this black people meme.
The West Tennessee district, for those of you who are unaware, is probably Shelby County where Memphis, Tennessee, the city I live in, resides. And it's a city that is 65% black. So Cade Cothren is taking a jab at Memphis here. And so as a Memphian, I have to say, fuck you, Cade Cothren.
In a text with other friends, Cothren says black people are idiots.
Nice. It's a fake news. It's a fake news, guys. Don't believe it. I'm going to go do some more blow.
And insists that Tampa Bay quarterback Jameis Winston be called a thug.
Oh my god.
N-word.
So, a quarterback.
Winston be called a thug. Cothren says black people are idiots. And insists that Tampa Bay quarterback
He calls him a thug. Nigger. With the hard R and everything. This is Cade Cothren, ladies and gentlemen.
Jameis Winston be called a thug N-word. We emailed the text
This is our brave Tennessee elected officials, ladies and gentlemen. Chief of Staff of the House Speaker.
messages to Cothren, and he did not deny they were his. How can you defend that? Does that say something about you?
Look at his stupid face. Like, I can't defend it. Where's my cocaine baggie? I'm getting too stressed
Your
out.
attitude toward African Americans. Still, the House Speaker's chief of staff
Look at that. Look at that determined look on his face. That's the face of a coke addict right there. He's coked up and he's just walking. He's focused. He's hyper focused, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't give a shit what this reporter's saying. That's all fake news. It's all bullshit.
refused to comment.
You have Cade, the Speaker's Chief of Staff, calling someone a thug here. And I question, is that how they see us each time we go up there and say, you know, we would like a meeting with the Speaker to talk about voter suppression and how it is racialized. We would like
That's exactly how they see you, my friend. I hate it as much as
to
you.
talk to the Speaker about why we have a KKK statue
You
in our
probably
state
hate it
capitol.
more,
And how
but
might that explain an altered email that almost
it
got
sucks.
Jones thrown into jail? Jones can only speculate.
And I'm grateful that, you know, the DA's office was willing to afterwards,
This whole
after filing this motion,
situation
then went
is
back and checked
one
their
part
facts and was
sad and
willing
one part
to
hilarious.
not move forward knowing that this email
It's
was
sad
fake.
Still,
knowing
he
this
worries
kid's
about where
life has
his
been
insistence
fucked
on
up
being
by
heard
these
could have
goobers.
ended.
It was done to put me in
But
jail.
it's hilarious just seeing how fucking
which
pathetic the
is scary,
Tennessee
that
House
somebody in
is.
such a public office, an office that swears to uphold the state constitution, an office that is in charge of a $38 billion budget, is doing something like this. I mean, it's shameful.
Were you trying to frame this young activist?
Look at our brave guy, our big brave man, Cothren, just running away like a pussy from the
If you want to
reporter.
defend yourself, now's the time.
What a little bitch.
Late this afternoon, Speaker Cassida told us his office did absolutely nothing wrong. He insists the email.
We did nothing wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That kid should not have thrown the cup at me. It hurt. It hurt really bad. It hit the wall of the elevator, but some of the water inside the cup, it splashed me and it got in my eye and it hurt my eye.
Was not altered in any way, and he calls the accusations blatantly false. He also went on to say he strongly supports his longtime friend Cade Cothren.
Oh, I bet you
News
do.
Channel 5's
All these fucking chodes support one another. So, let's see a little bit more about old Cade here, cause Cade, we're not done with him. Cade's got some more dark secrets that he is having come to light.
Good evening. Tonight, Tennessee House Speaker Glenn Cassidy's office confirms the authenticity of text messages in which his chief of staff brags about his use of illegal drugs.
Okay, Glenn. I think Cade has a problem, ladies and gentlemen. I think Cade not only has a drug problem, not only has a racism problem, but he also has a problem with just saying stupid shit through his text messages. And it's coming back to bite him.
Included is a text where Cade Cothren brags about snorting cocaine inside his legislative office.
Wow.
Now we've also uncovered other texts where both men.
Keep in mind, this was a guy who wanted to make Cassida has previously advocated drug testing for welfare recipients. So I'm sure Cassida is also equally as advocating drug testing his own staff. I mean, after all, if you can't trust the people that you're staffed with, how are you going to trust the common riffraff with welfare money? Oh, but here we see, you know, Cade Cothren is a fucking cokehead, snorting, doing lines of coke in his office, while these goober assholes try to figure out how do we lock up more poor black people.
Speak of
And how do we make life harder for welfare recipients?
women in vulgar terms.
Now, all of this comes days after News Channel 5 uncovered racist.
He referred to women in vulgar terms. I would have never have guessed that. Now, Now, I've known Cade Cothren for 10 years, and I never know him to be a bigot or anything like that.
Text messages from the Chief of Staff. Our Chief Investigative Reporter Phil Williams has another News Channel 5 Investigates exclusive. Phil.
Well, guys, the latest text messages were sent back in 2015 and 2016 when Cade Cothren was press secretary for the Tennessee House Republican Caucus. They're part of the
All
same
right.
batch of text messages from a former acquaintance that the House Speaker last week has suggested were bogus.
The motion to reconsider is tabled.
On Thursday, it was business as usual on the floor of the Tennessee House of Representatives, just hours after news.
It was business as usual. Cups were flying in the air. Students were hurling insults at us. Cade Cothren was just doing lines of cocaine up in his office, and Glenn Casada was quivering in fear under his desk, hiding from any students of color which might be nearby.
Channel 5 Investigates revealed the existence of racist text messages sent by the House Speaker's Chief of Staff, Cade Cothren.
My chief of staff is up here. He's up here working. He did nothing wrong here.
Among Cothren's text messages, there was this 2015 text, "Black people are idiots."
Cool.
And another,
Keep
he
it classy.
insisted on using thug N-word to describe Tampa Bay quarterback Jameis Winston. And in a 2016 exchange
Jesus
with Casada
Christ.
himself, Cothren responded with this black people meme, apparently referring to a West Tennessee district. The House Speaker claimed he never got such a text.
Again, it kind of verifies in my mind there's something not right about that story.
It was a
Oh yeah, well, I fucking challenge this fucking goober. I challenge him. All right, let us do let anybody who wants do a full fucking investigation. Let News Channel 5 investigate you. Do a full interview, full background check, whole shebang. Uh, and just as a token of your goodwill, maybe you could talk Bill Lee into getting rid of this bill that could criminalize having voter registration drives. Just, to maybe uh, reach across the aisle and maybe make up for some of all the shit that you've done towards the black community in your tenure as a House Speaker.
theme Casada continued on talk radio.
In this environment that we live in, because we as conservatives are winning the intellectual battle, I'm convinced.
All right, so this idiot is saying we as conservatives are winning the intellectual battle. Glenn Casada, fucking debate me IRL, dude. I'll fucking wipe the floor with your fucking little Cheshire cat smiling looking ass. Dude, this guy is a mental midget. This guy is a pussy. He's a little pussy ass bitch who runs away from student activists and tries to sue them and get them put in jail when he gets a styrofoam cup thrown at him. And this guy's saying, "Ooh, we're winning the intellectual battle." Oh yeah? Like where? In what field? Dumb shit. Debate me on literally any topic. I'll fucking wipe the floor with you, dude.
It's some liberal guy living with his mom and dad in their basement created this.
Once again, I don't know why all these conservatives do this, like, oh, liberals live in their mom and dad's basements. Like, you never met a working class person who votes blue. You never met somebody who works their ass off and they get tired of working for the big capitalist all day. See, this is the fucking stupid conservative mindset. This is the chud mindset, ladies and gentlemen. It's to call liberals a bunch of baby pansy, limp-wristed mama's boys who live in their mama's basement. And besides that, that's according to them winning the intellectual battle. Real big brain boys here at the Tennessee House. Glenn Casada, the biggest brain boy. Perhaps his brain is the size of the Andromeda galaxy itself. Perhaps his brain is even the size of the entire universe. We don't know that, ladies and gentlemen. We have yet to see beyond the event horizon of his brain. Glenn Casada is winning the intellectual battle. He's a juggernaut of logic and reason, ladies and gentlemen. And he has just put every single left-winger in this whole state to shame by telling us that we indeed live in our mother's basements. I mean, he got us. What else can I say? I think Glenn might have won this debate. I think he won the battle, ladies and gentlemen. I think with that he won the battle. But let's see. Let's see if he has a coup de grace that he's going to inflict on us leftists to really teach us a lesson.
To frame my chief of staff.
But the text messages also included this selfie that Cothren had taken at 2:15 a.m. during a trip to Colorado.
So how did they fake that, you dumb fuck? Did they get somebody that looks the exact same as Cade Cothren to impersonate Cade Cothren on Cade Cothren's phone and hack Cade Cothren's phone to send these fake text message that Cade Cothren didn't later delete because Cade Cothren's a cokehead and he fucking forgot?
He texted, "Tripping balls out of my mind at 2:15. Craziest experience of my..."
Wow. This guy is tripping balls, dude. He is probably doing some mushrooms in the middle of like the Colorado wilderness, and he is just fucking freaking out. He's like, "Oh, I gotta text Glenn. Oh man, I'm seeing some patterns right here, buddy.
My entire life. Acid, cocaine, weed.
Dude, he was doing acid, he was doing cocaine, he was doing weed. All right, so he probably dropped the acid, did some blow on the come up, all right, and then smoked some weed at the peak, all right, or maybe he did weed at the come up and cocaine at the peak. Some people do it that way, others do it a different way. But old Cade Cothren here, he's an expert. I think he's the kind of person who will get to the peak and do a line of coke just so he can just blast off, ladies and gentlemen. And it's good to know that our House Speaker's chief of staff is so progressive when it comes to drug use. I mean, I'm sure he's willing to extend the same courtesy of being progressive and tolerant of drug use when it comes to people of color and poor people in the state. And I'm sure he's definitely for the legalization of marijuana and into this crazy war on drugs.
He also shared this video from a concert at the Red Rocks Amphitheater and this wild scene from a party bus. After a 20...
No, that was fake. Those were fake news, guys. That was somebody else. That was somebody else at the strip
from
club.
A party bus. After a 2015 trip to the Dominican Republic, Cothren also texted, "Just did a gram of cocaine in my office."
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Cade Cothren. They should have named you Cocaine Cothren because of just the sheer amount of cocaine you do. A whole gram? I don't do cocaine, but Jesus. Cade? Jesus, Cade, you just did a whole bunch of cocaine.
It was sent at 10:38 a.m. on a work day.
You refer to Jameis
Nice.
Winston as a thug. How can you justify that?
After ignoring our previous questions about his racist text
Look at him,
messages,
he just
Cothren
keeps
responded
walking.
this time with
What
a
a
written
bitch.
statement.
What a little
Regarding
bitch.
the texts in question, I readily admit that I sent some of them.
He sent some of them, ladies and gentlemen. He won't say which ones he didn't send.
While I'm not proud of who I was in the past, I am proud that with God's grace and a strong support system, I've been able to achieve so much.
But this was like 3-4 years ago, dude. This was like 3 or 4 years ago. What big revelation has happened since then? I've seen zero evidence of this guy fucking changing.
In the years since.
Without objection, so ordered. Next order, Mr. Clerk.
Next order. Hurry up. Let's get up. Let's move. Change the topic. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Cassida himself had backed legislation in 2014 cutting off welfare recipients who tested positive for drugs.
Wow.
In the case of Cothren, who makes $200,000 a year,
$200,000 a year, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder how much of that is spent on blow. Yeah, this guy calling black people, black football players who could probably just fucking kick his ass, calling them thug N-words. And this little goober motherfucker, defending him, because of course they're best buddies. Um, I guess, white supremacists like to stick together and help each other out, and
The House Speaker was more lenient. Politics has become a game of gotcha with
politics has become a game of gotcha. I choose to believe that we all deserve a shot at redemption. Okay, well, by that logic, I think that the drug war has become a game of gotcha. I choose to believe that we all deserve a shot at redemption. So why don't you let all the non-violent drug offenders in Tennessee go, Glenn Casada? Why don't you get with Bill Lee and work up a bill to decriminalize marijuana and let them all go? Because, I mean, after all, you think that drug offenders deserve a shot at redemption? The guy was doing lines of cocaine in his office on a work day, but, you think he deserves a shot at redemption. I respect that. What a compassionate and understanding boss that Cade Cothren has. I mean, this guy must have just the best boss in the whole world to really come to stand up to bat for him. After all this texting and stupid drug use, and it's obvious that he did. It's obvious that Cade Cothren did it. So I think the reason why Glenn Casada isn't throwing him under the bus right now is because Glenn is also tied up in all this shit, and he realizes that he can't fucking denounce Cade Cothren without all the skeletons in his closet being exposed too. So yeah, great fucking job making Tennessee look like a state that really has its act together, making it look like our elected officials are really caring about us and caring about, trying to make Tennessee a better place and not just out to, line their pockets and snort a shit ton of cocaine and talk shit about black people in the process. So, with all that said, that was Cade Cothren, Glenn Casada, Part 2. But the fun doesn't stop here, folks. I'm just getting started. Of course, in the next part, we will be talking about, well, another little bill that the House is trying to pass through. And this one affects black people. So, stay tuned for that.